This is a little Razor bike. It's a model, I forget the model, but it ends in 350, so I don't know, I'll put it up there somewhere. We've got some batteries we're going to put in this thing. Got it off the curb the other day and gave it to a neighbor boy down the street, and we're going to try to fix it together, ain't we? So we'll replace the batteries on it. There's some terminals over here on this side. I think we got to pluck all the goo that's on those terminals off. I don't like the way they've got these oriented. They've got these batteries oriented like this, which I don't think is right. Because even though these are sealed lead acid batteries, they still have cells that are in a vertical position, and I don't think it's good for them to sit like that. If there's a way for me to change the orientation, I'm going to probably do it and lay them sideways. Right. Yeah, so I think they'll last longer that way.
Wires may not be long enough.
All right, Eamon, we've got screws here. I want you to get these screws out for me. Here's this one here and that one there. And then we got some on this side to get out. Looks like.
Go the other way, buddy. That one. Go back.
Yeah, lefty loosey. There you go.
Don't lose the screw.
And when you take your screws out, we'll set them in a. Let me get a little dish or something. Put them on top of this, and then we'll see them because they're black. Here, just set them right on top of that. And don't push the bike too hard because it'll fall over on you. All right, he's going to get those screws out of there, and we'll come back whenever we got them out.
Pressure wars out till I put blue in the face.
I thought you got all that done down here or at your house? Oh, okay.
I did. I've got a storage building.
Wait. See, you got watch what you're doing now, because you got to see this little clip right here. This connector is called a Molex connector. When you see these like this, it's for quick disconnect. So you push this in. See that little thing? Push that in right there and pull, and then that disconnects that. So leave that right there. Yeah, make sure we don't lose any of them. All right, now we got to get these batteries off of here, and it looks like we got 2 more screws. Let's see what type it takes. What does that look like? The Allen? Yep, that's the Allen. Since that's made overseas, see, there's 2 different kinds of everything, like tool-wise. There's what they call metric tools, and that's measured in like millimeters, so 10 millimeters, yada 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 on down. See, 5.5, 6 millimeters, and then you got standard measurements. And this is the stuff that, like the USA usually uses when we make something, but we don't make many things anymore. Usually they just give us these because of old stuff. But most of the stuff is made in China, like this is. We use millimeters. So it's probably going to be one of these guys. This is, let's unhook them before you go too far. Alright. There you go.
Catch that screw. Put your hand under.
Loosen this one too. That way you can just gently drop the batteries down when that loosens up. Now
do the other.
Yeah, and do your other one. Wrong way. That's tightening it. So if you think about it, left is a loosen. So if you're going this way, that would be to your left, or counterclockwise to take it off. Clockwise tightens.
This one is hard because of the...
It's going to be hard because it's kind of... We had it jacked to the side there. Alright, that's probably enough. Hang on. So,
on the top, screws up the top, hold it.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, keep going.
A little bit more.
Keep going. Yeah, I guess go ahead and take it on out. Because I'm going to probably set them sideways instead and do a different bracket. We'll come up with something else, I think, because of the way that those are set. It's just, it was so tight, its friction was holding it on. Okay, now we've got these little, now we've got these out. We got these little bit of glue there. That's just hot glue that's on those. That'll come right off with some prying. So let's change this out to that. and then come in here real gently. What you don't want to do is lay this across here to here, because you'll create spark. But just it's okay if you just pry that off.
Okay.
I'll show you on one, and then you can do the rest. So you just want to get the hot glue off like that. All right,
Okay.
do all those.
Fingers.
Don't stab yourself with that. There you go. That's probably actually good enough. Move on to the next one, because that will stick to this, and then I think it'll just pull right off of there. Now watch out, because the way you're doing that right there, look here. All right, you always got to be mindful of what's the worst thing that can happen when you're using a tool. Like right here, you were prying and you're pushing this way. Now what can happen?
It can hit my arm.
It's going to go like this, and then wham, you're going to go right into your vein or something, okay? Just if you're going to pry, just stick under here gently and pry up and down like this, okay? Don't do a big motion this way, especially if your arm's in the way, all right?
Okay.
Just be mindful of all that stuff. Yep, just go up and down.
Give you a pair of pliers to pull it off.
Use that, see if you can grab a hold of it, and grab it from the side so you get more on there, like this, buddy, like that, and then see, use your leverage just by turning it over like that. Okay, and see, we're gonna have to desolder these, so I'm gonna go get my soldering iron while you take that one off. Okay.
Okay. Well, get under there.
Here, look. Grab it like that.
All right. First thing you want to do is see how messy the tip is. I'm gonna clean it off on this. Just give it a bit of a rub there, and now it would be see nice and clean.
Yeah.
Now we take a little bit of this solder and we put it on there like that. Get a little bit on there. That's called tinning the tip. Now try not to breathe in any smoke that comes off of this. It's not going to hurt you probably because it's just the rosin core that's burning off of there. But still, if you see any of it, don't start huffing it and breathing it in. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Now this, the tip of the iron, you want to lay it kind of sideways on here like this, and then leave it on there for a second. Press kind of firmly. And see how it's melting now?
Yeah.
And see all the smoke. Again, don't breathe it in. But see, that just pulls right off of there.
Yeah.
Alright. So we've got these two outside wires. And what we'll do, I'm going to take this one off. And then I'm going to let you do these two, okay?
Okay.
Okay, see, you just hold it on until it's fully melted, and then that'll just come right off like that.
Okay.
Alright? This is called desoldering when you're taking something off. So you try. Scoot just a little closer if you need to.
Do I clean the tip off?
For this part, no. It's probably clean enough for now. Yeah, there you go. Hold it like a pencil and don't press too hard, but just firm. Keep it right there for a second. Be patient. It'll melt. And you'll just want to grab right here and pull whenever it starts to melt. You'll see it melt. Maybe we'll help it along a little bit. Give it a little bit of solder here, and then that will help melt it. Yep, pull it off. There you go. All right, now do the other one, and I'll be right back. I'm gonna let you do this one by yourself, all right?
Okay.
Got it? When you're done, just stick that in there, okay?
Okay. Oh.
Yeah. That one was just barely on there. So there's our old ones, and here's our new ones. Now these shouldn't have been more than about $15 a piece or something like that. That's usually about what these will cost. on Amazon, $12–15 for this size.
I think she went to Battery Plus because she got them today.
Do you know how much she paid for them?
No.
Okay. Maybe I'll ask her a little later. Alright, I'm going to show you on this one. Same thing. Clean the tip of our iron. Get a little bit of solder here. Get it on there real good.
Does the solder get hot?
No, when you hold it, nah. I mean, it does. The part that melts will, but I mean, if you're holding it back here, you can hold it even down to here, and if you're melting right there, it's not really gonna burn you, because the heat has to kind of travel. What I am going to do here is pre-tin these connections, so I'm going to put a little bit of solder on each one of these. So I'll put one here, and again, you don't want to bridge this. See, that's well, it won't matter on this one, but you'd have to bridge from here to here, and that would cause a problem. But I'm going to put a little bit of solder. See that?
Yeah.
Now watch, I'm going to do that on each one of these. So I hold the iron on there for a minute, and that's called heating up your work. Okay, so you heat up the piece that you want to put solder onto, and then you put the solder onto that piece and spread it around a little bit. Now that's called pre-tinning, and you've got some solder on there ready to receive this solder, and they will marry themselves together. A lot easier than if you just tried to put that one piece on there. And I still didn't get enough solder. I'm gonna have to go back in and get some more. I thought I got a big enough piece, but I did not. But see how tiny that is? I mean, that will start to get hot on my fingers here in a second. That's pretty, it's about as much as I want to grab one. But see, they've all four got 10 on them now, so it should be okay. And I'll show you on these. I'm gonna do these, and then I'm gonna let you do the outside ones. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So basically, you just set this on here, and then you want to just heat up the whole thing. Again, heat up your entire piece of work. And then the solder that's on the piece that's on the terminal of the battery will just kind of melt in with the solder that's already on the wire. See it all melting together?
Yeah.
All right. Now you lift the solder iron, and you hold this in the exact spot until you see the color change, and the color will kind of change, and it's there now. Okay.
It's kind of like welding.
Yes. Well, a different principle. This is melting the metals, and welding also melts metal, but it uses a different process. But yes, yep, kind of very similar. Sort of like gluing using metal as a glue. It's kind of what it's like. See there? See how that's melted now?
Yeah.
And I'm going to take this off, and I'm going to be sure to hold this very still while that is solidifying. And now it's there. Okay? The key is to hold it very still while it's solidifying, and then it'll be good after that.
Okay.
All right. Now you do this part. Okay? Instead of using the tip, we want to use more of the body of it, like the side of it. It will melt much faster. See there? Actually, that's got it right there. Let's pull the iron off, and then see it solidify. Okay, now you do this last one. I'll let you do that one all by yourself. Hold it a little bit closer to the tip, but not quite on the tip. There you go. Right there. Right there. Now that'll melt it. Just press down on that whole thing a little bit. There you go. It's starting to melt. Just let the whole thing kind of flatten out. You have to hold it with this hand tight now. See right here? You're holding it real loose. Oh, it's getting hot?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. Press down. Oop, hang on. Let's do it this way. Let me get a little bit more. Now. There it goes. See it? Okay. Let go for a second. Now that's what's called a cold solder. That's not very well soldered. You see how it's just kind of like, you can see the strands of the wire and everything, and it doesn't look like these where it has a big blob over the top. So let me go get another bit of solder, and we'll add some to that, and we'll fix that. Okay?
Okay.
Hold this piece of solder in this hand, and you can hold it back here. And what you're going to want to do is get this hot and hold everything together with this soldering iron. Okay? Don't breathe that. There you go. I always blow it away. You hold this on here and get it all hot and get it melted, and then this won't fall off because you'll be holding this down on it, right? And then you'll come back over the top of it and add a little bit of this onto there, okay?
It made like a spike.
Yeah, it did. Alright, hold that on there first, and it'll hold everything together. Hold this in this hand, and once this is all melted, you'll press that. Okay, it's melted. Now press that onto the iron. There you go. Press it down on there. Keep going with it. Melt a bunch. Okay, that's good. Okay, lift your iron off. Put your iron in the thing. Now that, you see it change?
Yeah.
Okay, that's there. We're good. We're soldered.
Okay.
All right, while he's doing that, we'll take a look at the bike a little bit. Like I said, it's definitely a cool little piece, man. It's well made. All the frame looks pretty good. It's got a decent looking little motor on it. You could probably upgrade that motor. I mean, if you really wanted to upgrade this thing to make it really zip, you could go to like a 36. I wonder if this motor might even handle up to 36 volts. You could probably at some point, if you wanted, even add another battery and have 3 batteries for 36 volts. And that would really zoom in. You'd be up and down the street in a hurry.
I would be able to do a wheelie at that point.
Did you get it? Is it done?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll tell you what, that's going to work. The only thing I want to change, I want to take this back off, and I want to hammer this top down a little bit so that when I put this in there, it's going to have a bit of a downward pressure so it'll hold everything together. Alright, we're just going to give this a few whacks like that. Alright, now it's got a bit of a dent in it, so when we put that 2x4 under it, hopefully that will give it some downward pressure, hold everything together. Alright, so here's how we've modified this. We've put a 2x4 up here on top of this, and we dented the top of this bracket so that we can orient these batteries sideways. That's going to prevent these batteries from wearing out as quickly. And as he tightens this down, alright, now move to this other side, tighten this one down. That's going to put pressure on that 2x4, and hopefully that'll hold all that together. There you go. That's got it, I believe. Yeah, see, feel those batteries now. They're tight on there.
Yep.
See, that was the way to do it. Sometimes you got to modify things to make it right, make it work good. So let's get our outer shell back on. You took it off, so you know how to get it back on, right?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and grab it. Sorry, move away. Okay. Now, where do you think would be the best place to put the next screw?
Right here.
There you go. Yep. Exactly. Yeah, there it goes. Tell you what, hang on here. Put your safety helmet on. Let's see you go on it. We don't know if it's charged or not, the batteries. They should hold some charge, but you probably have to top them up. Hang on, let's get your charger in there. Where's your
I
charger?
got it. It's in here.
It's in there? Alright. Alright, ride down the street a couple times. Oh yeah, there you go. Oh, see how fast, oh, now it's going. Told you. Sweet, that thing is cool. Oh, we used to have a radar, one of those radar things that told you how fast you were going. It would be cool if we still had the radar thing right there so we could see how fast you were going. That'd be awesome, wouldn't it? Sweet. All right, that'll do it for this one, I think. Yeah, I found that thing on the curb the other night. I was gonna put it up on Marketplace, but I thought, hey, I saw him outside down the street there, and he was helping his granddad do some yard work. And I told him, I was like, hey, come here and test this thing out for me. And he was all wide-eyed, and he jumped on it and took off on it. And and I talked to his mom, and his mom was like, we were just looking at those, and I told him we couldn't afford one right now, kind of thing. So I was like, I can have it then, you know. I'm not gonna get much out of it anyway. I could have sold it for something, but it's not a big deal, you know what I mean? It's better to help the neighborhood kids out. Sweet! It's much faster, isn't it?
It does. Dad, did you finish without me?
Did I have what? Yeah, we're already finished. Oh, watch out. Oh, okay. Yeah, I forgot it has brakes. Sweet. All right. Tell people later. Say later, y'all.
Later, y'all.